From 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. This is your 5+ extended forecast. Going into the weekend, we're expecting warmer temperatures, not only for Saturday, but Sunday as well. The difference between the two is that Saturday, we get a warm front to come in and winds gradually start to come up from the south around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Once we get to Sunday, though, that wind really starts to pick up. I think Sunday, even though it's going to be warmer and probably our warmest day for a while, as those highs are going to be back up into the 60s and 70s, there's going to be a bit of a nuisance because wind gusts could be near 40 miles per hour by the time we get to the end of the weekend. And then we have two cold fronts to talk about. First one's coming in for Monday. Monday looks mainly dry. We could see a few scattered showers here and there. Wednesday holds a larger potential of seeing some scattered showers Wednesday night going into Thanksgiving. Now, Monday's cold front, while it's not bringing much in the way of any rainfall, it is bringing in the colder air. So going into Thanksgiving, those morning hours starting off close to the freezing point will return. And then we'll talk about Thanksgiving's forecast right now. It doesn't look bad at all right now. Mainly the rain chance looks to be coming Wednesday night, overnight, going into Thursday morning. So if anything, we could be starting off our Thanksgiving with some scattered showers across the area. Here's a look at your Saturday morning. One more cold morning to go. Temperatures will start off close to the freezing point once again across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And then once we get into the afternoon, that's when that warmer air starts to come through. And then we're going to be seeing warming air coming through the rest of the weekend as well. Here's your weekend forecast. Again, cold start to the morning for Saturday. Once we get to the afternoon, highs back up into those low 60s. Plenty of sunshine. Sunday looks really good. We'll see those highs back up into those upper 60s and low 70s. Plenty of sunshine once again. But again, remember, the nuisance for Sunday is that winds will be near 20 to 30 miles per hour with wind gusts near 40 miles per hour. Good news is it's all coming up from the south, but it is going to be a bit of a nuisance. Across the River Valley, temperatures starting off pretty chilly once again for Saturday morning. We'll be warming up by the time we get to the afternoon, and those low 70s by the time we get to the end of the weekend. Just got to deal with some strong winds throughout the day. Here's a look at those wind gusts throughout the day on Sunday. Again, anywhere between 30 to 40 miles per hour. This deep purple here is those really strong winds. That's what we'll be seeing throughout the afternoon hours by the time we get to the end of the weekend. And then we got that next cold front coming along. So we're going to be warming throughout the rest of the weekend. I expect we see lots of sunshine. And then Monday, throughout the day, that's when we get that first cold front to come in. Again, could see a few stray showers here and there, some scattered showers possible. But really what it's going to be doing is bringing in the cold air. What you see there is between Monday and Tuesday, temperatures really start to drop off. And then leading into Thanksgiving on Thursday, we'll start off close to the freezing point once again, especially during the morning hours. Wind chill values could be dipping into the 20s. Across the River Valley, by the time we get to Monday, that will be our warmest period during the morning hours, and then sometime in the afternoon, evening hours going into Monday. That's when that cold front's going to come in. Could see a few scattered showers. Mainly what we're going to see is some strong winds now out of the northwest, and that's going to make those morning hours pretty chilly once again throughout the rest of this upcoming work week. The next cold front is coming Wednesday into Thursday. That's going to bring in some cold air, but it's really going to bring in the chances for some scattered showers. When we look at those rain chances, you see Monday we could see a few stray showers here and there. The rain chance isn't great. Really where it peaks, though, is Wednesday night going into Thursday morning. I think we could see some scattered showers during the overnight hours Wednesday and then throughout the morning hours of Thanksgiving. So if you're planning on leaving early Thanksgiving Day, we could run into a few scattered showers here and there. The hope is that rain clears up by the time we get into the afternoon, into the evening time, maybe when some folks are finally sitting down to have Thanksgiving dinner. When we look at Futurecast, here's this first cold front coming through Monday afternoon. Some scattered showers could be possible. The rain chance isn't super high, though. What it's going to be doing, though, is bringing in that colder air throughout the day. By the time we skip ahead, heading into Thursday morning, now this is a look at 1:30 in the morning. Scattered showers could be possible, and that continues throughout the morning hours. When we look at 8 a.m. here, also some colder air is going to be behind this as well. I can't rule out a stray snowflake here or there, but really, we stay above the freezing point, especially higher up in the atmosphere as well, where it counts. And I think we mainly just see some really cold rain. A stray snowflake cannot be ruled out, though. Don't expect much. And then once we get to Thursday evening, the hope is, based off these long-range models, is that that rain is cleared out. We're still going to see some cooler air. Most likely, probably see some cloud coverage. But the rain will be done, at least for folks who are trying to hit the road, either going to their destination or already leaving after their Thanksgiving dinner. So we'll be watching to see those trends over the next couple of days. It doesn't look like it's going to be much of an impact. outside of really the overnight hours Wednesday going into Thursday morning. Colder air, though, it doesn't stop coming in. Again, we have not only Monday's cold front, Wednesday's cold front, and I got to tell you, by the time we get to the weekend after Thanksgiving, another cold front looks to be coming in, another cold front that's going to be bringing in some really cold air. When we look at the 6 to 10 day forecast, this is taking us from Thanksgiving into early December. We get another blast of cold air to come down, and temperatures look like they could be the coldest so far this season. When we look at the precipitation outlook, not much to worry about right now. That's a good thing is because once we start to get this colder air, we turn away from talking about that rain to now talking about something else. So it doesn't look like we're going to see much in the way of any snow just yet. But once we get into the long range data now we're talking about the first week of December. Some really cold air is expected to come in, and that's when we could see those coldest periods so far this season. When we look at the precipitation outlook, still looking like we're not expecting much for the first week of December. Northwest Arkansas over the next 10 days. Temperatures warming up into the weekend, expecting really nice forecasts for both Saturday and Sunday. Again, if you're traveling Sunday or just out and about, getting those last-minute items ahead of Thursday, remember the nuisance throughout the day. You see the warm air. It looks nice, but what you don't see there is the strong winds that are going to be possible on Sunday. Wind gusts could be near 40 miles per hour, which will definitely be a nuisance out and about driving or just being outside in general. We could be seeing a lot of leaves blown around. Just be prepared for a very windy Sunday. That first cold front comes in on Monday. There is a rain chance. It's not great, but it is going to bring in some colder air. Those cold mornings last through Thursday morning and even in towards the end of the week, going through Thanksgiving week. I think throughout most of the week, we have those cold mornings back afternoons into the upper 40s and low 50s. The next cold front after Mondays is coming Wednesday night into Thursday. Some scattered showers will be possible Wednesday evening during the overnight hours, and I think Thursday morning we start off pretty wet. The hope is, though, is that by the time we get to the evening hours, as people are starting to leave their destinations, we start to clear out just a bit, maybe dry for Thursday night going into Friday. That colder air continues to sink down, and another cold front returns by the time we get to the weekend. And that's when we could see some morning hours really chilly outside. If you look towards the end of that 10-day forecast, by the time we get towards the end of the weekend after Thanksgiving into that next work week, as people are returning back to regular programming and getting back to their work life and school, we could be talking about some really chilly air starting to come down. Across the river valley, look at this weekend forecast. Really nice outside. Lots of sunshine is expected. Sunday's nuisance is going to be the strong winds. The first cold front comes in on Monday. That's going to bring in cold air once again. Could see a few stray showers here and there. That cold air, though, lasts throughout the majority of Thanksgiving week. Wednesday night going into Thursday morning, the second cold front comes in. Scattered showers will be possible mainly during the overnight hours going into Thursday morning. So prepared for some scattered showers if you plan on leaving Thursday. And then once you get towards the end of the week into that weekend, a third cold front's expected to arrive, and that's when we could see some really cold air starting to come down. We'll be tracking that as we get just a little bit closer. So a lot of things to look out for this weekend. I'd say the headlines are to remember: 1, Sunday, nuisance throughout the day is those strong winds. 2, Monday's cold front is going to bring in some cold air, not much in the way of any rain. But 3, and maybe the most important, because it's a big travel day, Wednesday night going into Thursday, that second cold front arrives, and that's going to bring in some scattered showers, mainly Wednesday evening going into Thursday morning for Thanksgiving. We'll be keeping an update on that forecast as we get just a bit closer. From 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. That's your 5+ extended forecast.